Okay, this is the Nihon Khoden. To log in here, you'll come up with this screen here, and the login password is capital A admin, and then the $sign, and then 00 capital A. So that's admin with a capital A, $sign 00, and then capital A. And you'll come into the desktop here, and over here is the acquisition software logo called Neuro Workbench. So you click on that. So, and then you go. We're gonna do some programming of montages later, but I'm just gonna do. I'm gonna just do a recording, just a brief recording tonight. So those of you who are using the Nihon Khoden in your clinicals, you'll kind of know how to get into it. So what you want to do to start an EEG is go to Workbench right up here. Click on Workbench, and then you can see the database here. And we'll go over some of this later too. But basically, to start a test, you go into New Schedule right up here on the right. Click on New Schedule, and you put in the patient's last name. And then, I'm sorry, the ID number is, just put in the ID number and the last name. So to start a test on the Nihon Khoden, you need at least the last name, I'm sorry, the ID number and the patient's name. Okay, so I'm going to put that in. And then you go down here and hit OK. And hold on a second here. I'm going to put in a different ID number. Okay, and then you hit OK. And then after, so here's your patient file up here, and it's highlighted. Now to start the exam, you hit Examination, and then it's going to ask you what protocol you're going to use. So we're going to use the MESA clinical routine today. It's going to open up like this, and then the calibration signal is going to start here. So you can see here that it starts with the chart being opened up, so that you have all these fields you can fill in. So you're just going to have to, at your clinical site, you're gonna just have to figure out which ones they're gonna, they're gonna fill in. It's most likely the date of birth. They're probably not going to put the height and weight, but the EEG number, whether it's an inpatient, outpatient, referring department, physician, operator. We're not going to do that today. And then you get a little bit of space down here. You'll only get a few lines. I think you can only fill this box about halfway. But if you need more space, you just click on the second page here, and then there's more space here. And then down here is the medication area here, or field. Okay, so when you look that over or get it filled in, you just hit OK. And then I just want to go over these buttons with you, but let's just go ahead and start a recording. So you can see on the Nihon Khoden, it just automatically puts the pulses in for you for the mechanical cal. So basically, right over here on the top right here is a little disc. It's like a floppy disk. So you click on that, and it's going to start recording. So you see how the green arrow starts recording? And then it's pre-programmed to look at your montages. So, I'm sorry, to look at the impedances, but now you can see the background change to like a duller background, but it's storing. Now it's storing. You can see right here the green arrow's kind of going down. And then we're gonna shut that off, and we're going to go right here for EEG signal. So we're going to turn on the EEG signal. Here's the cal signal here. Well, we'll go to the EEG signal. And now the digical comes up. Hold on here. Let me go ahead. This is going to be the same as BioCal. It's just called DigiCal. And so here's the impedance meter. So let's put that on. You got to hold it down for about 3 seconds. Okay. And so one of the electrodes is really high. Okay, so again, the impedance meter is right here. This is the impedance one. It has the ohm symbol on it right here. So when you're done, just click it off. And here's, I think, here's the DigiCal. So it kind of lines up each analogous pair of electrodes going down. So like FP1 over FP2. So I think we're going to change our BioCal into a DigiCal. But I'll talk more about that later. But these are all the electrodes on the head. So now to go to your first montage, you go over here on the top left, and it says pattern. Pattern is the montage. So you click down, and we're going to go to the Mesa bipolar first. So we're going to click on that. All right, and then so I'm just going to put, to annotate, you can just right click on the screen and then type in, just going to type in awake, supine, and then head straight. So you can right click on the screen and you get this. You can type in there, or here's your annotation notes. You can hit eyes closed, or you can just start typing. Okay, so just start typing. Oh, but you got to click on the screen first, and then you just type. Oh yeah, you just start typing, and then it'll, wherever you start typing, that's where it'll put it. So just gonna put awake, so you can see down here. So there's 3 ways to annotate. You can right click, annotate in here for manual input. You can use these inside this box, or you can use this line down here. You can see also there's, if you look at this annotation viewer here, there's a bunch you can use down here. So she's drowsy here, so I'm just going to put drowsy. And then if you want to go to the next line of annotates, you just hit next right here. Oh gosh, so right here you can just hit next, and this will bring you up to give you a new line of annotates. And then if you hit next, it'll go back to the first one. So here you can see down here, you can see eyes open, eyes closed, a bunch of annotates, and here's the next button. So so anyway, let's go over some of these. Let's go over the toolbar up here. Okay, we're going to start on the far left, right over here. This is the sensitivity. You know what? I'm gonna if you can see, I'm decreasing the EKG right here. See how I'm decreasing it? So what you do is you click on the channel down here. So it highlights it in yellow, and then you just hit the negative button and it goes down. Okay. And then let's go back up here. Let's go across here, and I'll show you what the okay, we're gonna get off here. Okay, so here's the sensitivity. So let's say we want to turn the sensitivity up or down. let's just turn it up for a second. So we turned it up to 5 right here. See how the EEG got higher amplitude? So I'm just going to put, sensitivity up to 5 microvolts per millimeter. So right there. So that's sensitivity, so we'll put it back to 7. All right, and then sensitivity back to 7 microvolts per millimeter. And then this is the low frequency filter right here. See that? You can change it, go up or down. And here's the high frequency filter right here. And this is where it says pattern. That's patterns means montages. This one right here is the 60 cycle. Okay. Let's say you have 60 cycle in your EEG and you can't get rid of it, then you just click on that and that'll turn the 60 cycle filter on. Okay, so 60 hertz filter is on. Okay, see, I just annotated down here. But we're going to turn it off because we don't have any 60 cycle. This one here is, well, this one right here will display your montage. So you can't pre-pro. Oh yes, you can. You can actually add channels here if you want, or take channels out. So here's a channel. It says insert or delete. So if you click on a channel right here, you can delete it right here. If you want to put a separation in here, you can, like a separator. This is a separator right here, these little separations between the channel lines. You can actually program it on the fly, but it will only save, if you click the save changes, it'll save it to the patient only. Okay, it won't change the master one, it's just the patient only. Is that right? Did she tell me that? I'll have to look that up. I think let's just add a space in here. So we're going to insert a separator. Let's say right here. Let's see. You know what? Let me see. Select the number, insert. Yeah, I'm not sure at this point. Channel. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go over more of this later. I'm not quite sure. I'll have to look this up. But anyway, it shows you your montage and all your settings. I'm not quite sure. We went over this a little bit. I just got trained on this yesterday, so I'm a little bit unsure yet here. So I'm gonna shut that off. But anyway, that shows you your montage. Here's a clock right here, and here's the time elapsed, time recorded in the test. This one here is your review. So if you click on that, this right here, that's your review right here, and it's going to open up from what we already recorded. So you can see here it's recorded the EEG. And you can see all your annotations are right here, so you can go right to your annotations if you want. So that's the review right there. Also in the review, you have these little dipole maps. So if you click on the screen and you want to see where the EEG, like, let's see this alpha here. You can see the alpha in the back of the head right there. Or is that looks more like the face, doesn't it? That's weird. Anyway, there's these little maps that you could use. Again, okay, so like if you look at this map, we've highlighted this alpha, and you can see how the alpha, this is a microvolt scale right here. You can see how the alpha lights up in the back of the head right there. So, and then this is a voltage. So if you highlight a particular waveform, it'll tell you the frequency and the amplitude. I think. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one either, sorry. We'll play with that later. Anyway, that's the review right there. So you click on that, and it'll go, you click on the X and it goes out. This here is the patient information. This one right here is the patient information. Okay. So if you're recording along and you want to enter information, you just click on that little icon right there, right here. This here is like this next one here is like a bright light and a puff of air. That's where you would do your hyperventilation and your photic stim. So you click that on, and actually it displays your hyperventilation. Yeah, if you click it off, it'll take it away. So yeah, so it was actually on. It's programmed to be on when you start the EEG. So to shut it off, if you want to get the thing out of there, then you just click on it. But if you want it to show up, to do photic stimulation, basically all you do is you can see it's highlighted right here, the screen PS. So you just hit start, and then it'll start. You can see how it makes the tick marks down here. Okay, and then this one's pre-programmed, so it'll stop, and then it'll restart in a few seconds, like 10 seconds. There it goes again. That's 6 hertz. 3 hertz. So that's how you do the photic stimulation. So you can stop at any time like that. And then to do HV, you just click on, hit select, and it'll jump over to the HV mark. See the select button right here? So if you hit select, it'll go to photic stim PS, or if you hit select again, go to HV. And then to start HV, again, you just hit start. Now, if you just one thing, if you want to record if you want to record the time, you can do it manually, or you can hit record right here, and it'll actually hit HV right there, and it'll record the time for you when you start the HV. Okay, so you click HV and you hit start. Okay, so you have the patient start hyperventilating right here. So it says start HV, and you can see it starts the clock. So you click HV there, and it'll tell you how long the patient is hyperventilating. Okay, so at every 30 seconds, it'll mark it on the EEG for you. It'll say 30, it'll say 30 seconds, and then a minute, and a minute 30. Here, right here, it says 30. It'll mark it for you every 30 seconds. Okay. So we'll go to about a minute, and then we'll just stop it. You can stop it early by you can just hit, if you want to go post HV right away, you can just hit post HV right here. Okay, we're going to do post HV. We just clicked on it. So now it says HVN down here, and now it's every 30 seconds. It's gonna It's going to give us post HV, like post HV 30 seconds, post HV 1 minute. So you can see the timer right here. It started the post hyperventilation time. Okay, so it says post HV 30 seconds. So we're going to stop that. So that's how you do the hyperventilation in the photic stim. Now, before you start the recording, you have to actually plug that in. Can you guys? I hope you can see that top. Okay, let me just. Okay. Hopefully you guys saw this. Here's where the recording button is. I don't know if you saw that earlier or not, but see how it's that down arrow's going there. So let's stop the recording. So if you click on that, it says not recording. See? Now if you hit it again, it'll start recording. Okay, so where were we? We were on the hyperventilation here. So we were on this icon right here. So now we can shut the hyperventilation off and see how it takes it away. This here is another cursor. It'll stop the EEG. Oh, I see. Yeah. So now you can measure a waveform as you're recording. Although, again, this is. I see. So I don't know. We'll have to go over this a little bit later. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how to use this thing yet. Okay, but anyway, it's still recording in the background. So that's this is like a time and voltage measure, but I'm not. It seems like it should be a little easier to use than this. Okay, if we lock it, let's see. Okay, let's unlock it. Oh, there we go. I think. And then we gotta bring this over to right there. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to play around with this. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so you see when I shut it off, it was recording in the background, but if you want to measure the amplitude and frequency of an individual waveform, you just click this one right there. But we'll have to learn how to use that one. This one here brings up the map. So it shows you right where the cursor is. It shows you right where the cursor is, what the voltage is at any given time. So right at this time, right here where the cursor is, it shows you the voltage readings. So that's the map. This is the mapping thing right here. Of course, this is the impedance meter right here. So that you have to hold down for 3 seconds. And you can see it gives you the impedances. You can click that off. And this is the calibration signal right here. So if you click on that, the calibration will come back right there. And then if you click on it again, the EEG will come back. Okay, so it's the calibration icon, the EEG. This here will reset your baseline. So let's say your tracings are going all over the place. If you click on this one and hold it down, it'll reset your baseline. So you hold it down and then you let go, and then your baseline will come back. here, this tells you how much time you have on free minutes you have on your disk. So we have about almost 800 to 900,000 minutes of 800 to 900,000 minutes of EEG right there. And then of course this is the on-off for your to store your EEG. Okay, so I just wanted to go over this some of the functions of the Nihon Khoden for your clinicals. I'm gonna go over some of this stuff and do a PowerPoint and do some clips and you know, with some other functions on here, but I just wanted to do this this video just to show you guys a little bit on how to start a file and how to use these functions here. Okay, so if you have any questions, we can start it up in class and you can play with it a little bit. Oh, and one other thing, just to change the montage, it's on the Mesa bipolar. So you click down, and then here's the Mesa transverse. So here we're on a transverse montage. Now I just lowered the sensitivity in the EKG by clicking on this here and then doing the negative symbol, and then here's the Mesa reference right here. Oh, that's funny. Looks like we didn't finish that one up or something. Well, I'll have to work on that one. But anyway, and then go back to Digical, and we can do our impedance. You got to hold it down for 3 seconds before it turns on. Then you hit OK, and then we can do our calibration right there. And then to end the file, you can just go right up here and click there, and it'll ask you on this. It says the file has not been saved yet. Save the file. The data will be not lost. Okay. Yeah. Well, you have to save the file, so you have to hit OK, and then it's going to confirm the file, and you hit OK. And now it says the system is saving the file. And then it's saving data right here. And then it should shut off. Okay, and here's our file right there. Okay, so there's some other things we can do with this database information here, but I'm not going to do it today. So anyway, that's how you start and record a file on the Nihon Khoden.